This is your News Source Evening Bulletin for today, Monday, the 21st day of October in the year 2019. Here is what we're tracking tonight. With the aim of reducing the prison population and fixing the social ills which stem from drug abuse, Guyana's first drug treatment court opened its doors this morning. The establishment of the court has received support from the Ministry of Public Security, the local judiciary, the Organization of American States, the Inter-American Drug Abuse Council, the National Anti-Narcotics Agency, and the Customs Anti-Narcotics Unit. It forms part of the National Drug Treatment Plan 2016-2020. The new drug treatment court is located at the Georgetown Magistrates Court building. Acting Chancellor of the Judiciary, Justice Janet Cummings, spoke at the launching ceremony for the new court. She said while the court has the mandate to enforce the law, it must also find distinctive ways of doing so.
This is just a pilot court. It's a small step, but a step in the right direction. For as someone said, it is better to take small steps in the right direction than to take a giant leap forward and only to stumble backwards. We are not afraid of moving forward, but we are afraid of standing still.
Public Security Minister Kemraj Ramjatan underscored the importance of a drug treatment court in Guyana. He said it is a bold step to establish the court, and that step is supported by various studies.
I recall reading from the United Nations Office of Drugs and Crime in relation to the benefits of this drug treatment court, and that UNODC had this to say: evaluations consistently show that drug treatment courts effectively reduce recidivism and underlying additional problems of drug abuse and the offenders. They provide closer, more comprehensive supervision and more frequent drug testing and monitoring during the program than other forms of community supervision.
The Attorney General, Senior Counsel Basil Williams, said while the government must protect citizens, it must also focus on its social responsibility to assist those citizens in their rehabilitation. Mr. Williams said the country must provide help for those persons who might be faced with the ills of society.
While it is the government's constitutional responsibility to protect its citizens through initiatives for the effective reduction of crime, it is also their social responsibility to protect disadvantaged persons and to create opportunities for all persons to live a productive life, free from stigma and discrimination.
And the OAS representative in Guyana applauded the move to establish a court and said it could see stronger communities and families being built, adding that punishment without rehabilitation serves no good.
It is really a day of celebration. More than that, the benefits of establishing a drug treatment court serve all the four pillars of the OAS, from the promotion of human rights to strengthening democracy, from establishing multidimensional security to achieving integral development. I would like to salute the vision of the government and people of Guyana on this special occasion.
6 magistrates are listed to work on a temporary basis in the new court. They will seek to determine the treatment for the offenders rather than incarceration for drug abuse crimes. More news coming up in just a moment.
Join GTT in the fight against cancer at the Pinktober 5K and 10K Walk and Run, Saturday, October 26th at Durban Park from 5:30 a.m. Sign up at GTT stores for only $2,000 and make a difference today. Use MMG and pay just $1,500 at select GTT stores. Let's be aware and show that we care. See press for more details or visit gtt.co.gy/Pinktober.
The Guyana Elections Commission would be conducting a claims and objections exercise from the 1st of October 2019. During this exercise, objections to the inclusion of the name of anyone who is suspected not to have met the eligibility requirements for inclusion in the PLE could be made only by an elector who is listed in the same divisional list in which the person being objected to is listed, or accredited scrutineers of political parties, providing any such scrutineer has monitoring responsibilities for the division in which the person being objected to is listed. Objections can be tendered to the registration officer of the registration area from the 1st of October 2019 to the 11th of November 2019. You must present the relevant original documents in order for the transaction to be completed. Don't delay. Visit the nearest GCOM registration office today. For more information, visit our website at www.gcom.org.gy. Follow GCOM on Facebook at Guyana Elections Commission. Contact us on 225-0277-9 or 223-9653. Email pro@gcom.org.gy or the nearest GCOM registration office.
Fuel it up and drive, Super 95. Tune up. Fuel it up and drive, Super 95. Tune up. Protect your fuel system, boy. High mileage and performance, boy.
Guy Oil Super 95 gasoline gives you more reasons to drive and is available at 56 service stations nationwide. For affordable price, high performance, and high mileage, choose Guy Oil's Super 95 gasoline.
Fuel it up and drive. All across our nation, Guyana, we see it in your lives. The future growing even stronger. GBTI, all eyes on Guyana skies as the voices of our people rise again. GBTI, Guyana's pride is in your eyes. GBTI, we see Guyana through your eyes.
After relinquishing old ties and establishing ourselves as a republic 50 years later, we're a proud people with a bright future. On Saturday, October 26th, come celebrate our 50th Republic Jubilee in Linden Town with the street parade starting at the Five Corners to the Linden Georgetown Bus Park. See the unveiling of the 50th Republic Jubilee logo. Hear the jingle and the theme. Enjoy the block party and the after concert featuring all reigning monarchs. The 50th Republic Jubilee launching Saturday, October 26, 2019. Come, let's celebrate.
Welcome back. The body of a 39-year-old man from Berbice was found in his Toyota 192 motor car this morning when the car was pulled from the Marara River at Tamari. The dead man has been identified as Umdad Jagnit from Betsy Ground, East Kanji, Berbice. According to a police statement, it was just after 4:30 this morning that security guards close to the Tamari docks were alerted that the car had been driven overboard. The residents came together and summoned a truck that was able to pull the car from the river. The driver's body was found in the back seat with a seatbelt wrapped around one of his feet. There were no marks of violence on the body, and police investigators found nothing suspicious at the scene, according to the police. The body was removed from the mangled wreck and is at the city morgue awaiting a post-mortem examination. A full investigation is on the way tonight. Still on the police blotter, the body of a man whose identity is not yet known was found this morning in a trench at Potentia Front Road on the west bank of the Marara. The body was clad only in a short blue jeans and there was a black plastic bag tied around the head. Several marks were also spotted on the body. In a statement, the Guyana police force said the face was also swollen around the eyes and the body was in a partly decomposed state. A number of residents in the area were questioned, but there has been no arrest. The matter is being treated as a murder investigation. The Guyana police force has issued wanted bulletins for these two men. They're wanted in connection with the gunning down murder of gold miner Dion Stahl. Investigators want to know the whereabouts of 33-year-old Delon Morgan, also known as Demon, and 23-year-old Lennox Estwick. Estwick's last known address has been given as South Amelia's Ward, Linden, while the last known address of Morgan is unknown. The Lindener, Lennox Estwick, was arrested a few weeks ago in Linden as part of a police probe of gangs in the community. He was released from police custody without being charged for any crime. The other wanted man, Delon Demon Morgan, is no stranger to law enforcement. Back in 2014, he was sentenced to 3 years in jail on a conviction of weapons possession. He served his sentence but went back to his criminal ways not too long after. He was released from prison. In 2017, he was charged along with a number of other suspects in a robbery on the arms case. At the time, his address was given as Dowding Street, Kitty. He was initially remanded to jail on the last robbery charge, but was eventually granted bail as the trial commenced. The wanted bulletin for the two men came on the heels of their arrest and detention of a man believed to be the driver of the getaway car. That man has been in custody for the past 3 days. Gold miner Dion Stull was shot multiple times after coming under attack last Monday by two armed bandits as he pulled up outside the El Dorado Trading Company in Kitty. Stull was in the company of his driver and was able to fight off the bandits during the robbery attempt by opening fire on them, although he had been shot. A surveillance video recording of the incident showed one of the bandits being shot twice by Stull as they made their empty-handed getaway. Stull collapsed moments later and died while being rushed to the Georgetown Hospital. His driver and the security guard at the El Dorado Company both survived gunshot injuries. Public Security Minister Kemraj Ramjatan has issued a call for more residents from the border communities in Region 1 to join the security forces. At a community meeting over the weekend with residents of Whitewater in Region 1, Mr. Ramjatan said that there is a need for more policemen and women on the frontline borders. According to the minister, frontier areas like those in Region 1 are important areas for the country, and more needs to be done to secure the country's borders. The Public Security Minister noted that the most fitting persons to take up the responsibility are those from within the community, since they will have a better understanding of what occurs daily and how best to address certain situations.
You must never feel that you have to leave your security issues to other people. We would like, especially Amerindians, to have more people in our defense and joint services. Very much, I take the policy, and it's a good policy, to ensure that you join up the police force. Frontier areas like this are going to be important areas for the country, especially with Venezuela there. And so more and more, we must ensure that our people come into the institutions of security to make sure that we can secure our borders.
Ramjatan offered to send training officers as soon as possible to conduct interviews with interested persons in the community. The government, he said, remains committed to securing the country's borders. Many Region 1 communities have seen an influx of Venezuelans who have been fleeing the hardships back in Venezuela. The U.S. ambassador to Guyana has also been visiting the Region 1 communities to understand the impact of the influx of the Venezuelans. In the world of politics, the owner of the Pegasus Hotel, Robert Badal, is getting ready to launch his own political party. The new political party will be named the Change Guyana. And although it is now in the stages of being established, Badal has already been selected as a presidential candidate, with chartered accountant Nigel Hines to serve as the prime ministerial candidate. It is not yet known who are the other supporters of the party. In a statement, Mr. Badal said that in the midst of abundant natural resources, Guyana remains among the poorest in the region in terms of per capita income. He noted that successive administrations since independence have failed to address the challenges of the day and provide the opportunities for growth and economic upliftment of Guyanese, and that has triggered spiraling crime, domestic violence, mass migration, and hopelessness. He's hoping to change all of that through his new party. The Change Guyana Party's symbol will be a light bulb. Badal is a former chairman of the Guyana Power and Light Company. While the basketball fraternity in Guyana was plunged into mourning this morning after receiving news of the death of former national basketball player Andrew Mr. Dunk Eiffel. The 40-year-old Eiffel was discovered dead at his workplace in South Trinidad last night. There were no marks of violence on his body, and it is suspected that he might have died from natural causes. According to reports out of Trinidad, he worked at an auto sales company and was last heard from when co-workers telephoned him last evening to let him know that they were on their way for a shift change. It is reported that they called out to him once they got to the workplace but got no response. A manager was summoned to open up the building and his lifeless body was found underground. Emergency services were summoned to the scene and he was pronounced dead. Andrew Eiffel played club and national basketball before eventually migrating to continue his career abroad. He led Guyana to a number of regional basketball tournaments and was well respected and loved by the local basketball fraternity. Across the Region is coming up next.
We are legions of men standing strong, but never too proud to stoop and help someone. We must send a clear signal to all. Do right. Walk in upright ways, knowing that's what being a man is all about. And ever aware that things will only get worse when good men do nothing. Stand strong. Be the one to live right.
Join GTT in the fight against cancer at the Pinktober 5K and 10K Walk and Run, Saturday, October 26th at Durban Park from 5:30 a.m. Sign up at GTT stores for only $2,000 and make a difference today. Use MMG and pay just $1,500 at select GTT stores. Let's be aware and show that we care. See press for more details or visit gtt.co.gy/Pinktober.
The Guyana Elections Commission would be conducting a claims and objections exercise from the 1st of October 2019. Persons have until the 4th of November 2019 to make a claim to be on the list if you will be 18 years or older by the 31st of December 2019, a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent, naturalization, or registration, a citizen of a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for a period of no less than 1 year preceding the 31st of December 2019, persons who require changes or corrections to their particulars as stated on the preliminary list of electors, such as names, occupations, and transfers in relation to their addresses, can also do same during the claims and objections period. You must present the relevant original documents in order for the transaction to be completed. Don't delay. Visit the nearest GCOM registration office today. For more information, visit our website at www.gcom.org.gy. Follow GCOM on Facebook at Guyana Elections Commission. Contact us on 225-0277-9 or 223-9653. Email pro@gcom.org.gy or the nearest GCOM registration office.
There once was a man named Stan whose business needed a new plan. Christmas was coming, this much was true. He needed some help but didn't know what to do. Then fast as a flash, 3 helpers did come from Republic Bank. They came with some. One had low interest rates, one reduced equity, one with approval so quick and easy. Now Stan is the man and his business is booming. Christmas is good and he is winning. Reach more customers and boost your business with a Republic Small Business Loan today.
Across the region right now in neighboring Brazil, thousands of people have taken part in a huge cleanup operation to remove oil and tar from beaches along Brazil's northeastern coast. Volunteers as well as government workers use wheelbarrows, spades and plastic gloves to remove the thick tar from the sand and water. The source of the spill, which was first detected back in September, remains a mystery. Experts say this could be the worst disaster for the region's coral reefs. At least 15 sea turtles, 2 seabirds and 1 fish have been found dead, according to the environmental agency in Brazil. It was not clear if the volume of oil was increasing or decreasing, and how long the problem, which has affected 187 places in 9 states, will last. Last Thursday, an official of the environmental agency said tests had proven that the crude oil was produced in Venezuela, but officials had not been able to identify the vessel responsible for the leak. Over in Chile, the number of people killed in violent protests against rising living costs in Chile has risen to 11, Santiago Governor Carla Rubilar has said. At least 5 of those killed died after looters torched a garment factory near the capital. The military and the police used tear gas and water cannon against protesters, and the curfew has been imposed in major cities. A state of emergency already in place in Santiago is to be extended to cities in the country's north and south. The unrest sparked by a now suspended metro fare hike widened to reflect anger over the living costs and inequality across Chile. And finally tonight, international news. Israel's long-standing Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has said he cannot form a government, handing the opportunity to his political rival. Mr. Netanyahu has been in power for the past decade, but was unable to secure a majority after September's elections failed to produce a clear winner. His rival, Benny Gantz, of the Blue and White Party, will now be invited to attempt to form a government. Mr. Netanyahu's attempts to bring in Mr. Gantz's party into government failed. Announcing the decision to abandon his efforts, Mr. Netanyahu said he had tried repeatedly to form a coalition government, but had failed to do so. And that's your News Source Evening Bulletin for tonight. I'm Gordon Mosley, reporting.